Hey, welcome to Project Beats. My name is Joven. Today is all about the Kali IN-8. We're gonna do some unboxing and my initial impressions on these monitors. If you are new, welcome, and if you like these kinds of videos, please consider subscribing. Okay, let me take you to the shop where I auditioned the IN-8 and picked it up. Here you will see a bit of my actual first impressions on the monitors. I tried the IN-5 before, and I tried a lot of different monitors on this price range, but this is my actual first impression on the IN-8 in the shop.
We're doing a delivery, so I need you to
Where will I plug this in? A 2-pin. 2-pin! Yes! Wow! Ooh! It's a big boy. Remove before use, of course. Okay. That is big. Okay, got some instructions here at the back. Some dip switches. Here's some feet. Just a bit of a, I think it's feet? Wow, that's very small. Cables, power cable. It comes with that feet, that same thing. Don't know what this is for, but yeah, it comes with that. Woo! Yes. Okay, let me try to get a thumbnail photo. Boy, it's heavy, super heavy. Whew. Okay, I know this video is a little bit late, and there's a lot of videos out there talking about the Kali IN-8s and the second waves, which is what we have right here. And if you don't know the Kali second waves, the IN-8, IN-5, they are getting a lot of praises and good reviews for a reason, because they are really good. So I was looking for an upgrade from my previous setup where I was using the Tannoy 402. It was a great speakers, but it's not really like accurate for professional mixing. So I wanted to get an upgrade for a proper pair within my budget, of course. So the main thing that I wanted from a monitor is to have that clarity, of course, and reliability. And the other thing is I wanted to have a good solid low end where I don't need to add a subwoofer. And in my research, I came across this three-way monitors and all the advantages it has over two-way monitors. So in my understanding, two-way monitors has a bit of a compromise where you only have two drivers. That means tweeter and woofer, where the woofer would carry the mid and the low bass, versus three-way where you have a tweeter, mid driver, and a dedicated bass driver. If you're getting a two-way, chances are you are sacrificing either mid or bass. You're either getting a monitor with a good mid response or a good bass response. It's rare to have a very good two-way monitor that would be great overall. If you do find one, it will not be cheap. It comes with a price. So in my understanding, that's the main advantage of having a three-way monitor. And for that reason, I think the Kali IN-5 or the IN-8 wins this market. Your other option is to get a two-way monitor with a mid-range that you are happy with, and then you add in a subwoofer to that setup. But that would introduce more problems if your room is not properly treated. So it depends on your preference, of course. I tried a lot of monitors before the IN-8. So from a lot of different brands, around, of course, the price range of these pair. And I think the Kali really delivers. It's really a good, solid monitor for mixing. I feel that it sounds more complete. You can hear the mid well. You have a good, solid bass response. And the highs is also there, of course. It's giving you the full range. This video is not going to be a full review in detail. Sorry to disappoint you. But it's just my experience and my impressions on these monitors. For quick specs, these go down to 37 hertz on the low end, and the IN-5 would be 39 hertz on the low end. This really works well for me. Even without a sub, I can hear everything clearly and precisely, especially in this room where I have a very simple room treatment. For me, this is plenty enough for the low end. It has 140 watts, 117 dB max SPL, and of course three-way. If you're unfamiliar with the Kali and you're only seeing two drivers, the setup here is actually the tweeter is inside the mid driver right here. They call it the coincident design or coincident driver. And you have the woofer here, which is 8 inches, of course. It's in the name, Kali IN-8. If you're getting the IN-5, you would have a 5-inch woofer. The ideal setup will be to have this blue light. I don't know if you can see it. There's a blue light here to be ear level. And, of course, the perfect... you don't see the other one, but it's here. So on the left, from the left side to the right to the listening position, it should be like a perfect triangle. I have it set up right now as a near field monitor right beside the wall. There are dip switches at the back, so you can have this set up according to your room. The advantage, of course, of the coincident driver is you can have them set up horizontally or vertically, that as what I have right here, without having to unscrew tweeter and rearrange tweeter mid position. So that is very convenient. Or you can have them set up upside down, depends on what you like. I did a bit of a room treatment, although I have yet to measure the room, but I'm happy with the results so far. If you don't know, there's a foam behind here. I have yet to add one more above that, and I have a ceiling set up here, which I will show you a bit of a time lapse of how I did it. For monitor stands or pads of this size, for my setup, which I'm using it on the table because of lack of space, I'm using a monitor pad. Options would be, first I used a foam, just a cheap foam, a board, wood board, MDF board, any kind of cheap board material, and an ISO pad. It worked really well, but unfortunately for my desk setup, it's not very stable, so the monitor was really wobbly. But I stumbled upon these used Primacoustic monitor stands or pads. They are really heavy. This is solid metal, and dense foam underneath. So that really helped with the isolation of the monitor from the desk. I'm gonna have links to what I used in the description below. Okay, first impressions right after setting it up. It was okay. It was better. Not okay. It was way better than the previous setup that I have. But I feel that there's a little bit missing. But then I realized it wasn't really properly burned in yet. Okay, and secondly, my friend who I worked with before at Avid, he's a producer, audio engineer, recommended that I listen to them using a master grade high-res audio file or audio source. I was like, would it really make that much difference? Apparently it does. So I switched to Apple Music, high-res audio, turn everything on, make sure the setup was correct, and there it is. There was a lot more depth, a lot more clarity and sparkle, if you will, on the top end, and the mid was really clear. Soundstage was wow. This was really good. So apparently the source really for this case it was new. It was not properly burned in. You can really hear the difference. So I was enjoying it at that point on. This was literally like within the first few minutes. But after having them now for a couple of months, I really couldn't say enough good things about it. All those positive things that you have been reading or seeing out there about the Kali IN-8 or IN-5, whatever people are saying, I agree with all of them. The good things, of course, the good things. I don't really have a con for it, apart from maybe the size. If it can be smaller, if it's possible, that will be really the home run for me. But even if it's like this big, I'm 100% sold. No regrets. I'm really happy with the purchase right here. 3-way driver makes all the difference. Again, this is not a full review, and I don't think I'm really qualified to do a proper scientific review for it. I'm just saying what my experience is. I did a couple of mixes on these monitors for different projects, and I can tell you that getting to my mixes, it was much faster than before. I can hear the details really well where I don't really have to guess if I did right. And most often, if I listen to my mix on my AirPods, I'm happy with the results. Like, there's nothing that I would like to change. Maybe just a little tiny moves, but I could get to my mixes much faster than before. Having that good quality of a monitor really helps a lot with the mixing. This is really a good tool. So if you're serious on doing proper mixes, invest in a good quality monitor that you like. Of course, it's still about preference. So these are the second wave monitors, or the version 2. Some people are saying they are getting some noise on the tweeter or the mid driver. These are dead quiet, so I have no problems at all. If you're in the market for a solid monitor, seriously consider 3-way monitors from Kali. So they have a IN-5 and IN-8, which this is. The IN-5 is again a 5-inch woofer. If you do your research, 3-way monitors are really expensive. So they are up there on professional monitor market. These are, as far as I know, the cheapest 3-way monitor you can get. Not this, the IN-5. For me personally, I don't have any regrets. These are solid performing monitors in my opinion, especially for the price point. If you're in a tighter budget, the IN-5 is much cheaper. If the IN-5 is still not within your budget, go have a look at the LP6 second wave. They have just recently updated those. Those are a 2-way monitor. But for the Kali IN-8 that I have right here, or IN-8, however you want to call it, I have zero complaints. It's very clear. It's a great tool for mixing, and it performs really well. It's just big. If space is an issue for you, I just kind of forced it into my setup to accommodate this huge monitors. If you look at my screen, this is actually a 32-inch monitor. Beside the Kali IN-8, this looks small, and it made my desk look really small too. But other than that, no complaints at all. Like I said, I tried many different monitors from big brands even within this price range. Most of them, or actually all of them, are two-way monitors. So from Adam, from Focal, from Neumann. Neumann was a little bit out of budget. I think that was really expensive, at least for my current budget. In comparison to this sounds, for me at least, this sounds more like complete. It shows you everything. There's a big difference having three-way versus two, of course. As I already said, the mid is as they said, the magic is in the mid, right? So having three separate drivers for that is a big difference. So for me, these are proper serious monitors for the money. Okay, so let me know what you guys think of this new setup. I may or may not do a studio tour, if you can call this. Sure, it's a home studio. So if you want to do a tour of my current setup, maybe I'll do that in the future. But let me know if you want to see that, and let me know what you guys are using as your mixing monitors. I want to know. And if you have a question or anything you'd like to see, comment down below. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like this video. I'll see you all in the next project.